Hello. My name's Sophia King. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about how to get into beading. What I found when I started is that there's a lot of websites out there and people saying different things. And these are my tips for how you can save money on your initial order so that you don't end up spending as much cash as I did. The first tip is that you want to buy your beads from the same place if you can, because predominantly they're about $3 for each thing, and then shipping is generally around the same price. And so if you kind of pool all of your purchases from one place, you can qualify for free shipping. I know that there's not that many Etsy sellers that offer it, but there are a few, and I'll link those in the description below. Etsy is a place where I got a lot of my statement beads. They have a lot of sellers on there and a really cute selection, and I always say that you should support your small businesses. The only thing I would caution you is pay attention to where it's shipping from. A lot of sellers are surprisingly from the UK and China, and there's a smattering of ones from Korea. I've had beads from the UK ship within a couple days. I've had another one where I've waited weeks for my order. So if you want to get started right away, pay attention to the shipping and read their announcements and store policies so that you're not disappointed with your order. Another good website that I've been purchasing from is Fire Mountain Beads and Gems. They are a wholesaler, so that means you're seeing interesting beads that you may not see on Etsy. They've got a really good policy. For up to 20 pounds worth of beads, you get standard shipping rate of $6, and so you can go ham there and buy a lot. The thing with beads you'll find is that there are many different varieties. So these are seed beads. These are like the teeny tiny ones. I don't really like these because I feel like they're too small and very easy to lose or make a mess out of. And then these are pony beads. These are the beads that Visco girls make their bracelets out of, and it says like juicy or baby girl on it. Those are not the type of preferred beads that I like to use. Usually they come in increments of millimeters, and so sizing I've seen that's most common is 6, 8, and 10. And you definitely want to have a ruler on hand when you're purchasing. What I would recommend is that you buy your beads kind of within a range of 4 millimeters or so. So my friend gave me this card because she got into beading before I did. But this shows the difference between 2 millimeter beads and it goes all the way to 10. So you'll see that's quite a range of sizes. And so if you buy 10 millimeters and try to put them together with 4, I think it's too much of a gap. The sizes that I like to go for is about 3 to 6. I feel like that gives me some range so that I have spacer beads. It breaks up some of the monotony, and then I can choose some of the bigger beads to be statement beads like my bracelet here. By different shapes, I think that it adds visual interest when things are not exactly the same. They have stars, there are flower beads, there are smiley face beads, and just rondel shapes, faceted, round. There's a ton that you can choose from. You want to pay attention to different materials, especially if this is going to be your initial order and you're trying to beef up the pricing so that you can get that free shipping. Get a lot of different materials because you may like things more than others. When you make them and you kind of wear them out, you'll see that, oh, for example, this is a plastic bead that I got, plastic acrylic, and it's fine, but the coating is disappearing. So it looks a little bit distressed. And I like that. I don't mind it, but you may not like it. So when you're playing around with your first order, choose a variety. There are Swarovski crystals, there are glass beads, there's wooden bead, there's plastic beads. Mess around and figure out what you like. If you're going to get into pearls and semi-precious stones, I'll probably make a video about that. I'd save those more expensive materials for future purchases. Just start off with kind of cheap ones. There was no question about it that when I was going to start beading, I was going to make things out of elastic because I have bracelets at home where it has the clasp and I never end up wearing them because I have a struggle putting it on and off. And so I was like, yep, I'm going to make them elastic for sure. I don't want to have to deal with clasps. You want to do your research before buying it. The only brand that I would not recommend is Stretch Magic. I asked an Etsy seller, do you have any brands that you would recommend? And they said, don't get Stretch Magic. And unfortunately, that is the brand that they sell at most craft stores. The other thing that you want to pay attention to is sizing. Because like I said, the beads come in different sizes. The elastic cord also comes in different sizes. I have a 0.7 millimeter, which is the first one that I bought. It was about $8. And this was working fine for me, but then I ran into the problem where I was like, some of my beads don't fit through this. It's too thick. And so I ended up getting a 0.4 millimeter. They are both 25 meters long, so it's going to last you a really long time. But I would recommend that, you know, if you're starting with your initial purchase, go somewhere in between these sizes. I think a 5.5 millimeter would be good, because the 0.7, if I stretch it, has a little bit of give, but it has a lot of resistance. So I feel really safe when I'm wearing these. But then the 0.4, I'm giving it the same amount of pressure, but you can see it's a lot more elastic, and that makes me slightly nervous when I'm wearing it. If you take away nothing from this video, I would say pay attention to sizing. Some websites will say the size of the hole. I think that's really helpful. That can help you better determine the sizing of the cord that you should get. There are some places where there's try to sell you on needles or a bead holder, which is like something to put at the end of your thread so that your beads don't slide out. You don't need a bead holder if you have a binder clip at home. It does the same thing. I was using tape in the beginning and found that's not strong enough, but a binder clip does it. If you have any websites that you would recommend, please leave them below, and I hope that you enjoy beading as much as I do. I'll see you next time. Bye!